welcoming you to chair yoga for every body, or for the care of Waldenstroms as well, since all of us here, minus myself, are diagnosed with Waldenstroms. And I think a lot of you know me well enough to know that my father is the one with Waldenstroms, and my whole journey here as a guide, as a wellness program coordinator, is due to him having Waldenstroms. So he likes to say, maybe it's a good thing I got Waldenstrom's, because now you have this great job that you love. Anyway, I wanted to welcome you to a special practice today. It is Christmas Day, and we're here with about 12 people live from all over the world. We have a new friend joining us from Israel. We have folks here from Canada and from across the United States, down into Florida. And if you're watching this recording, you're welcome here too, in whatever state of being you're in. Some of us are experiencing muscle strains and any other injuries. If that's you, you're going to only go to 25% of your effort. That's your number I want you to stick to if you're caring for an injury or illness today. So not pushing through discomfort or pain. Yes, I'm seeing that, Anne. We're going to take good care of all of the joints in the body today. But I do want to do a kind of a fiery practice. I want us to light our own inner fires today, and get our blood moving and get our lymph fluid flowing. And yes, here we are in my humble abode that I'm moving out of. And they seem to be blowing something right out on the steps out front of this place that I share with other people, and I'm really sorry for that sound. Why don't we get started with a little bit of breathing. So I'm going to just place my feet on the earth. And sit up nice and tall in my chair. And take a breath in through my nose and out through my mouth. I'm actually going to make a noise with my breath out. So I'm inhaling through my nose and sighing it out my mouth. Another one like that. And taking a breath in and a breath out. Just arriving. The beginning of my practice is always the breath. And the breath is a way we can warm ourselves up from the insides. So anytime you're about to do a physical practice, maybe you can start with 5 breaths. Anytime you're managing stress, maybe you can take those 5 breaths as well. So we just started with 5 breaths in a row, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth with sound. Just getting started. And I want to share with you one of my other favorite breath practices. It's called the breath of joy. Welcoming you, Brenda. And the breath of joy has some arm shapes that we're going to do combined with some breath. So I'm going to inhale my arms straight up, out to the sides and all the way up, and exhale my hands down. If you notice, this is the shape of an evergreen tree, or maybe a Christmas tree if you celebrate Christmas. So my hands are sweeping straight out to the sides, all the way up, and coming down. Now I'm going to add the breath. It's short little inhale, 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 and exhale everything out. Sounds like this. And one more. Coming back to your regular breathing. If that is something that makes you feel dizzy or doesn't feel good in any way, you can skip it. I want to try 3 more breaths of joy with you, and we'll also practice it standing. It is a good way to get the energy flowing. But for some folks who might have high blood pressure, you might want to skip the second set. Okay, so I'm going to inhale, 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 and exhale. Last one. Oh, one more. All right, now I'm going to get the breath moving, inhaling my arms out and up as far as feels safe, and exhaling my hands to heart center. Slow and easy breaths, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. For 2 more. You've got it. And last one. All right, bringing the hands to heart center in this gesture. It's called Anjali Mudra. The hands pressing at heart center. And just for a moment, we're going to widen out our awareness to all of our fellow Waldenstrom's friends right now, all across the world. This is an international organization. We have friends in our wellness community all over the world. So widening out our awareness, we're taking a breath in and a breath out and feeling this amazing community, that we are not alone with the IWMF, we are never alone. And you can rub the hands together, create a little warmth, a little friction. Even blow into the hands if your hands are cold today. Taking good care of our hands. Thank you, Margaret. And I'm going to interlace my fingers and just press the palms away and juice up my fingers. And again, I apologize for this background sound. Despite, telling the people that I live with that I have a class, I just, what are you going to do? Luckily, I'm moving to a new place and I'm almost all moved in. And once I get the internet there, we'll have so much quiet. It's going to be beautiful. All right, so see how this would feel to lift the arms up a little higher, maybe a little higher. So we're not going to push past pain or discomfort. And then I'll let my arms drift down, grabbing onto the back of my chair or wherever feels good. And I'm lifting my heart and squeezing my shoulder blades together. Breathing in, breathing out. All right, and releasing the arms and letting them dangle. Let's take care of the neck. This is a place where a lot of us carry tension. I'm just going to, okay, so we're warming up the head and the neck a little bit. And here comes the train, maybe you'll hear that. I'm just going to tilt my right ear towards my right shoulder. I'm inhaling to center. Exhaling left ear, left shoulder. That's good. Breathing in center. Exhaling right ear, right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. And we'll do one more on each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. And we're coming back to center and stretching the right arm out. Stretching the right arm out with the fingers nice and wide. And then I'll make a fist around my thumb and drop my knuckles down. I'm lifting and spreading the palm wide and curling the fist under. One more time, breathing as I do this. All right, and we're keeping that palm lifted, And I'll tilt my left ear to my left shoulder and just circle the palm. Circling my palm and slowly letting that arm come down, 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 drifting down a little farther. And I'm just going to tuck that arm behind the back and spin the chin down and take a couple easy breaths. Softening the shoulders. What can I let go of today? Coming back to center and stretching that left arm out. Lots of space between the fingers. Curling the fist around the knuckles, dropping the knuckles down. Breathing in, lifting, spreading. You've got it, Ruth. And breathing out, dropping the knuckles down. And we'll take one more like that. Very nice. You've got it. Don't forget to breathe, right? And then I'll keep my palm lifted and tilt my right ear to my right shoulder. And I'm just circling that palm nice and easy, finding my breath. And slowly, slowly bringing that arm down, little by little. Right? That palm going down, then we'll tuck the arm behind the back and spin the chin down. Take a couple of easy breaths. And coming back up and maybe taking a moment to just massage anywhere that is calling out to you. It could be the jawline, it could be the neck and shoulders, it could be the brow. Anywhere on your body that feels like you might need a little TLC, tender loving care. And a lot of us, you know, without realizing it, really do get stressed around this time of year. Even if we're not really doing much, it just feels like there's an added layer of expectation, of having to, you know, kind of be there, do it all. And so maybe that's true for you, maybe it's not. But in any case, rubbing the shoulders here just can help release a little bit of that. Wonderful. All right, and then I'm going to do one of my other favorite breath practices. I'm trying to get them all in today for you. This is called lion's breath. So I'm sitting up nice and tall, and I'm going to lean forward a little bit. And I'm bringing my hands onto my knees, and I'm going to lift and spread my hands like they're lion's claws, ready to pounce. And I might even kind of curl my fingers down, so I'm kind of gripping my legs here. Leaning forward, I'm going to be opening my mouth as wide as feels comfortable and sticking out my tongue as far as feels comfortable and creating some lion's breaths, little roars. So we're taking 3 of these, breathing in. All right, and then letting go of that. And that is a really great way to stretch the jaw and even release tension in the neck. Okay, so I'm going to move back so you can see me in my chair a little farther back. What I would love to do, friends, is come to the very back of your chair, and we're going to lift both legs up today. Lifting both legs up and squeezing my legs together, zipping up my core. So I'm sitting up nice and tall, and I'm lifting my arms straight out in front, right? If this feels uncomfortable for you, if you've got stuff going on, you can modify it, okay? So I'm breathing in and maybe breathing out of the mouth. Palms facing each other. You've got it. I can feel the work in my legs. All right, and I'm releasing and then massaging the tops of my thighs. You've got it. All right, maybe you're practicing with a puppy in your lap today, as Lois is. And then I'm going to optionally scoot forward. So this might get a little harder. And this is our yoga pose we call boat pose, and we're doing it seated today. And it is a core exercise, so we're getting the core muscles going today. I'm lifting my legs and I'm zipping up my core, and my arms are coming straight out in front, and I'm taking a big breath in and sighing it out. You got it, Edith. Beautiful. One more breath. All right, getting a little harder as we move forward. Option to stay where you are, or move back with more support, or move forward if you want a little bit more challenge. And I might have to explore lifting my legs first to make sure I feel balanced. And then I'll lift my legs. Zip them together, zip up my core. Option to keep the hands on the chair to support you, or lift one or both arms straight out in front. You've got it. That's beautiful. Big breath in, sigh it out. Last one. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just take a little rest here. I'm leaning forward in my chair. I've got my forearms resting on my knees. If I get dizzy easily, I might keep my head lifted. All right, this could be my version of a forward fold, right? Or I might even come down a little bit more. If I'm caring for osteoporosis, I'm gonna avoid rounding the spine. So I might stay lifted and keep a flat back if that's me. Or I might skip this altogether. I'm taking a big breath in, and again, I'm sighing it out the mouth. What can I let go of? One more breath. All right, you know that's exactly where we're going, Brenda. Okay, so let's come on up. And now that we know sort of our forward fold position, we're going to move through some chair sun salutations. And I just love sun salutations as a way to combine breath with movement and kind of light your inner fire. So we're going to start with the hands at the sides. We'll do this first one really slowly. I'm inhaling my arms out and up. And as I exhale, I'm going to fold forward to whatever degree felt safe for me in my forward fold. I'm going to come up a little bit, flat back, and reach my arms forward. So nice and strong here. Inhale the arms all the way up. And exhale, swing the arms back, grasping onto your chair. Inhale, lift the heart. Cobra pose. Exhale, reach forward, lean forward. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, hands to heart center. That's one chair sun salutation in the version that I've created for our class. Let's try another one. Inhale, arms out and up. You got it. Exhale, slow fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach the hands forward, strong core. Inhale, arms rise, sit up tall. Exhale, hands swing behind you. Inhale, heart lift. Exhale, reach forward, strong core. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. You could stay here and breathe, or you could do one more. Breathing in, arms rise. Breathing out, slow fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach the arms forward, strong core. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, swing the arms back, grab onto your chair. Inhale, arching the back. Exhale, reach forward, strong core. Last one, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful, my friends. Take 3 breaths here. And maybe in your heart space or your mind's eye, you can find one thing that you're grateful for in this moment. And it could be the smallest thing, like a cup of tea or a kitty cat in your lap. All right, and then rubbing those hands together. And then let's take a little bit of a wider stance. So I've got a little bit of a wider stance, and I'm just going to circle my torso here, moving my torso in one direction, stirring the pot. Feeling like I got a little bit more warmed up now with my chair sun salutations, right? And Marty, you know, at any point, you can go and do those stretches that I showed you if you would like to be doing something that cares for your injury today, moving in the other direction. Or you could just listen to all of my breath cues and be breathing with us. All right, slowly coming back to center, and let's do some side bending. So I'm lifting my right arm up and over, and I'm stretching over to my left side, and I'm seeing if I could anchor down through my sit bones and reach up with my fingertips and return to center, right? So see how that feels for you. You can modify it. Left arm lift, reaching up and over to the right side. Nice big side bend. Beautiful, Beverly. Inhaling, right arm reach, up and over. And other side, left arm lift, up and over. Good, and we'll take one more side bend on each side. You've got it. Last one. All right, and I'm walking myself back to center. And I'm going to grab onto my chair now and step my feet back and step my feet out. So I'm really using my core here. It's a good core exercise, and it also lubricates the hip joints. Just little steps out, little steps in. And I'm seeing if I can kind of keep myself stabilized. And then the next time I walk myself out, I'm going to stay there. And I'm going to bring my arms out to the sides. Bringing my arms out to the sides. All right, now things are going to get a little bit harder. I'm going to see how it would feel to bring opposite elbow towards opposite knee. And I don't have to touch the knee to the elbow, right? I'd rather actually stay pretty stabilized in my spine than hunch over, right, in order to touch it. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Really getting the fire burning now in the core. You got it. It's beautiful, Amy. And so glad you're here, Marnie. Coming from some holiday festivities, most likely. All right, one more on each side. And then let's go ahead and take those 3 breaths. Already feeling a lot different from our practice. And then let's stretch out that right leg. And I'm just going to point and flex my toe a few times, kind of pumping the foot. You're so welcome, Beverly. It's so good to see you. And then I'm going to switch it up, just stretching that left leg out, pointing and flexing a few times. And coming back. All right. And then I'm going to move my whole body over to the right side. I hope you have a chair where you can swing the whole body over to the right. And I'm just going to twist my body to the right and hold on to the back of my chair. Take a big breath in, side out the mouth, and come back to center. All right. And then what I'll do is I'll walk myself back to center and bring my right leg over to the right. So my torso is going to be facing you. I'll bring my left leg out in front. So I'm at the edge of my chair here. And this might be where my left leg stays. Or I could sweep my leg to the left a little bit. So I'm coming into a warrior two foot position here, seated in a chair. Now, if you can't get the leg all the way over here, don't sweat it. You can leave the leg right here. You can keep the toes lifted, or you can bring the sole of the foot down. I'm going to spread my wings now, lifting my arms out equally in both directions, and see if I could soften my shoulders a little bit. My heart is pointing towards you. That's beautiful, Ruth. And I'm gazing over my right hand, finding those breaths. Strong through my muscles in my legs, my hips, my core. Soft through my shoulders. And then I might flip my right hand here and reverse my warrior. So my left hand comes down and I'm lifting up and back with that right arm. Beautiful. And then stretching back to my warrior two for one more breath. Exhaling the hands down. And in between sides, I'm just going to walk it out a little bit. Opposite arm, opposite leg. And then I'm going to walk myself over so we can take our twist in the chair. Twisting the body to the left, holding onto the back of my chair. I'm not forcing this. You got it, Amy. That's looking in my mirror and looking back at the monitor. I didn't realize I can still see you. That's wonderful. You got it, Edith. And then we're coming back nice and slow, walking back a little ways. And then we're going to leave this left foot over to the left. And we can bring the right leg straight out in front or sweep the right leg to the right a little bit, however feels best on your hips. Your hips and my hips are different. The length of my femur bone is different from the length of your femur bone, so it's going to look different on every single person. So that's why we like to call it yoga for everybody, right? We can make it our own. Stretching the wings, both arms equally in both directions, my torso pointing towards you. And let's bring the gaze over that left hand. Right? You could bring that right hand on the right hip, Lois, to kind of care for the shoulder. That's beautiful. We're softening the shoulders, finding the breath. I'm going to flip my left hand and reverse the warrior. Lifting that left arm up and over, and the right arm can come down. And then revisiting my warrior briefly. Bringing everything down and walking my legs back to center, walking it out. All right. And then let's go ahead and make a decision about whether we want to stand up and do just a few standing poses. And this is totally optional. And if you're feeling like standing today, you can come to stand. Maybe take that sip of water. All right, we won't be standing too long. Whether you're seated or standing, I'd like you to notice your feet. Just noticing your feet. And maybe even within the confines of your shoes, lifting up your toes and spreading them and digging them back down. Right? So awareness of the toes. Good. And then I might come up onto my tiptoes or visualize myself coming up onto my tiptoes. And maybe there's one arm that would like to float up with you, or maybe there's two arms that would like to float up with you and float back down. And we're breathing in and breathing out. Let's take two more tiptoe floats, as far up as feels good. And last one. All right, and then I'm sinking down into my knees, and I'll bring my hips back. So I'm in my chair pose, like we were kind of in our chair sun salutation, and bringing my hands forward. I'm pulling my belly towards my spine, almost tilting my pelvic bowl back. That's good, Judith, you've got it. And now I'm going to inhale and lift my arms, straighten my legs, and exhale, sink back down, lighting that inner fire. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, sinking down. Turn on those glute muscles. And last one. You've got it, Joanne. Inhaling and exhaling. And then releasing from here. I'm going to walk it out. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Feeling a little warmer now. All right, and then we'll move through our warrior one position. So I'm going to bring my right foot forward and my left foot back at a little bit of an angle. I have my chair here if I would like to use it for support. I'm going to sink into my right knee. My hips are pointed towards my chair, and I'm squeezing my left glute muscle. My torso is upright. So this could be where you stay with the hands on the chair. You could bring the hands to heart center or one hand to heart center, or any other way you like to practice warrior one. Taking those breaths, feeling that strength in the legs, feeling that connection. You've got it. And then making my way out of this, I'll shorten my stance a little bit. Both legs will be straight now. And I'm just taking a little forward fold. My right leg is still forward. I could bring my forearms down onto my chair or my fingertips onto the seat of my chair. Whatever feels best for me. I'm not going to push through discomfort. Again, keeping my back flat if I have osteoporosis. I'm not going to round my back forward. Pulling my belly towards my spine. You've got it, Anne. Beautiful. One more breath. And then we're coming up, and we're just going to switch sides. Left foot forward, right foot back. A little bit of space between the legs there as I sink into my left knee. Hips are pointed towards my chair. Warrior one on the left side. Left foot forward. Squeezing my right glute muscle and bringing my hands to heart center, or just one hand, or however you would like to practice your warrior one. Finding my breath. It's beautiful, Brenda. Feeling that strength in the legs. One more breath. Really nice, Ginger. And then we're making our way out of it, shortening the stance. Both legs are straight, and we're just taking a bow. Finding our pyramid pose on the other side, right? Options to place the forearms on the chair, tent the fingertips on the seat, or another way that you like to practice this pose. Good, making your way up nice and slow when you're ready. And walking it out. Walking it out, and then we'll do one standing balance pose, and we'll begin to warm down. Okay, so I'm coming to stand with my feet together. And I've got the chair here if I need it. Awareness of my toes. And just for a moment, I'm going to stand. Maybe my arms can drop down at my sides. If I feel safe, I could close my eyes. If I need the chair for support, it's right there. And I'm envisioning my roots going down from my feet into the earth. And I'm sending my roots out in all directions. In search of my fellow Waldenstroms community. And until I'm finding your network of roots, and we're creating this beautiful interweaving network that we can draw support from. So I'm taking a breath in drawing up that nourishment and taking a breath out, sending a little bit of support. All right. So from here, I'm going to start to bring my weight over into my right foot. And I'm just going to take a little bendy bounce and in my right knee here, so my knee is a little bit bent, and pick up my left heel and just pick up the leg and hug it in. So I'm just standing on one leg. I'm squeezing my glute muscle, I'm pulling my belly towards my spine, and I'm finding what feels best. Seeing if I could stand on one leg, right? And I can teeter and totter. In fact, I would like you to wobble out of it, and that's where we find our edge, we find our improvement. Or we simply maintain what we have, and that's a very, very good goal to have. You got it. One more breath, and then we're kicking out that right leg. And we're going to switch it up. So a little bendy bounce, weight in that left foot, standing on one leg. Hug it in. What muscles can you engage here that would support your stability? And what muscles can you let go of that you don't need to, like the jaw or the shoulders? Finding this side could be different. If it's really easy, close the eyes. You got it, Jill. All right. And walk it out, right? If you fall out of it, great. Gold stars. And now we're going to come to sit. You could take a sip of water on the way there. Really nice today, guys. If there are any other standing movements you want to do before you come to stand, you could take a down dog. We didn't really do that. You could flow the body a little bit. You could do some side bending, right? Whatever feels good. If there's a part of the body that you feel like we didn't address, really nice. And when I'm ready, I'll come to sit. I'm not in any hurry to get there. All right, we're going to wind down with a stretch. I've got my right ankle over my left knee. Marty, this one's for you, my friend. All right, so Marty's caring for piriformis syndrome. And that is a muscle sort of deep in the buttock, where we're stretching that right now. We could be stretching that right now. You could feel lots of sensation right as you are, or you might want to feel more by leaning forward. Softening my shoulders, tucking my chin, finding my breath. Good. Sitting up tall, we can cross the knee over and take another twist to the right. Inhaling taller, exhaling, twisting deeper if that would feel good to you. For one more breath. And then releasing back to center and switching it up with that left ankle over the right knee or whatever feels good. Reaching my heart forward. Softening my shoulders, tucking my chin, and finding my hip stretch on this side. A couple breaths here. Beautiful. Come on back up when you're ready. No hurry. I'm going to cross my knee over my knee and take that twist to my left side. Peeking over the left shoulder. Getting a little taller on my inhale and twisting a little more deeply on my exhale. And slow release back to center, taking a big stretch, making any other movements the body's asking for, maybe giving yourself a hug for taking such exquisite care of yourselves. All right, and then we're going to close our session today with sort of a meditation using the fingers. Okay, so I'm going to have my hands up here so you can see what I'm doing, but you can rest your hands on your lap. So what I'll be doing is I'll be bringing the thumb one by one to each finger, starting with my pointer finger, middle, ring, and pinky. And then I start over again at the first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. The backs of my hands are resting on my thighs. And inwardly I'm repeating, I am at peace. Breathing in, I am at peace. Closing the eyes. Finding that statement to ring out inwardly. I am at peace. Finding your breath. Couple more rounds. And then you can just let the hands rest in the lap for a moment with the eyes still closed or softly gazing down. And just take a little scan of your body, starting at the head and neck. You could take a breath in, and on your exhale, you could let the neck and shoulders relax. Taking a breath in. On your exhale, letting the arms soften, relax, all the way down to the fingers. Taking a breath into the upper back. Letting the whole back relax, let go. All the way down to the hips. Feeling that support that you're sitting in and letting both legs be heavy all the way down to the toes. Filling my whole body with awareness. Recognizing that I am more than a physical container. And feeling that vitality flowing through me in this moment. And then one more time, I'll invite you to bring the hands to heart center. And we can widen out our awareness again to include our international Waldenstrom's community. Whether you're on watch and wait, whether you've been treated, whether you have never had treatment, whatever state of being you're in, you are not your disease, and you are not alone. And I'll close our session today with the sound of 1 Om and 3 Shantis. Shanti means peace in Sanskrit. And you can feel free to join me or just listen or create some other sounds. Breathing in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And thanking you so much for your practice today, my friends. Namaste. And I'm going to ring my little bell here to have a happy, healthy holiday season. And hoping to see you again soon.